Well, at that time, President Nixon had the lottery, and I got a very low number, so I enlisted. I had a friend of mine that I went into basic with on the buddy system, and he had a number of 6.
Wow.
I went to boot camp in San Diego, California. The weather was beautiful down there. Boot camp wasn't easy. A lot of marching every day, and they made you stay and watch at night. Probably got 4 to 6 hours of sleep a night. The marching was like anywhere from 4 to 10 miles a day. I got my assignment to the destroyer, the USS Hull. In 6 days we were headed across the sea to Vietnam. There was about 350 people on that destroyer. Artillery support for ground troops. And we also worked a lot with Air Force spotters. There were a small plane with one pilot and one spotter. And they give us coordinates on bunkers or ground troops, tanks. I guess they call them targets of opportunity is what it was. And basically we'd fire around and they would give us adjustments on the target. And then we'd try to suppress the target. I didn't fire any guns or anything like that. My job was basically to keep all the communication equipment in check. Not a lot of communications like there is today. It was all in letters. Yeah. I wrote a lot of letters. I called my girlfriend when we got back to San Diego a lot, and I think I called her once from the Philippines. But the food I thought was pretty good. I can't complain. They give us 3 square meals a day, and then when we went up on watch at midnight, we had what they called mid-rats. So we got a sandwich or something like that. And the cruise of 72, they treated us real well. I mean, they give us shrimp, lobster, fried rabbit. Compared to the guys that were in country and had to live out of a can or something, I think I had it real well. I guess the only combat action that I really did see was in 1972. It was kind of heavy fighting. We were over there for 7 months. We were doing a little bit of everything. I mean, we were even carrying at night we were carrying artillery shells to the magazines and going back out on the line, or else at night we'd go into North Vietnam and fire on strategic targets. Any kind of target that they give us, like at night, we'd cross the parallel and we'd fire those on that target, and then we'd come back and be across the parallel in the daytime. So they didn't basically know that we were there. 2 things I can remember was we were firing on a target one night in North Vietnam, and we received counter battery, and it sounded just like rain hitting tin on a roof. It was that metal and that fragment hitting the sides of the ship. And then one Sunday morning we went into Haiphong Harbor. That was in, I think, late August of 1972. And we had a bunch of targets to fire on. And I can't remember what the basic mission of that was, but we went in and out of there twice. So, and that's basically my combat. I mean, we did a lot of firing at night.
Were you ever scared for your life?
Yeah. I talked to a few guys there when I was in service that were Brits, and they thought that was a great thing that everybody had to serve their country. Nowadays, maybe it'd be a good thing. Maybe they'd actually realize there's a reason why they have it so good.